Hello all, we're back. We're doing more jazz stuff today. We are talking about not chords this time. We've been talking about chords a lot, but this time we're going to talk about something that is very essential to the overall feel of jazz. And that is the blues scale. The blues scale. Now, there are two different kinds of blues scales. We're going to talk about one in particular. We're talking about the minor blues scale. When you say when you say blues scale, you're usually talking about the minor blues scale. There's the minor blues scale, and of course, if there's the minor, there's the major blues scale. Blues scale, there we go. But we're going to be talking about the minor one, because that is the way more important one here today. Instead of going into straight notation, let's talk about it in concept. All it is, you take your major scale, and you use the root, that's a 1. You use the root, you use the flat 3, you use the 4, you use the 5, I'm leaving a space here, because you use the sharp 4 or flat 5. You use the sharp 4 / flat 5. And it kind of depends on the context and how you're writing and blah, 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 which one you use, but that's the same note, right? That's the tritone. The tritone. And then you use flat 7. That's it. That's your scale. Maybe put a 1 on the end there. And that's your scale. So what does this look like? It looks like this on C. You're putting a C major, or sorry, C scale, C blues on C. Okay, you got your C, you got your D, you got your E flat. Oh my god. Ugh, long day, guys. Okay, you got your F. You got your F sharp or G flat. I'll represent it like this, F sharp or G flat. Or G flat. You got your G natural. I'll put a natural sign here. And then you got your B flat on top. That's it. We'll cap it off at the nice ending there. Okay. So this sounds like this. Oops, let me get going. Just like that. Very jazzy. If you swing it, it sounds even cooler. Oh yeah. Very cool. So this is the blues scale. And it doesn't matter what key you're in. This would be on C, of course. I kind of want to go through and make every single one, but I challenge you to do the same before I do it. But let's go ahead and do a couple more at least. I wonder if I can just like kind of scrunch them in here. So I'm on this thing. I'm just going to do this version on the the sharp 4, flat 5. I'm going to do the sharp 4. As we go up, it's going to be easier. Then I don't have to worry about this natural sign, and it won't be that confusing. It won't be as confusing. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go up in. Let's do all the white keys first, just for fun. So we got D. Your flat 3 in D. This is going to be D. Maybe this is better to do. This was in C. We got D. You have your flat 3, which is going to be the F natural. You got your 4, which is G. You got your sharp 4, which is G sharp. You got your 5, which is A. And you got your flat 7, which is C natural. That's it. Very simple. You only have to worry about one sharp there. This sounds like this. So it's very similar, kind of the same thing. Just up a whole step, right? That's how scales work. Okay, if this is confusing, if you guys are getting lost and say, how did he do that? Please review your major scales. We got E next. Let's go ahead and do E for fun. We got E. We got the minor third, which is G. We got our normal 4, which is A. You got A sharp, which is your sharp 4, or flat 5, if you will. You got your B there, and you got your D on top, and you end with the E. I didn't end with the D here, but that's okay. There we go. Okay. Again, I don't know if you guys need me to play this each time, but why not? Got lost there for a second. There we go. Yep. E blues, the blues on E. And again, the way you would do this on normal stuff, you'd probably use your key signature just fine, and then you might want to like naturalize this, right? Because you would have. Let me illustrate this over here. I'll use the white here just to. But we'll use E still. So you have your key signature for E, right? You got your fat cats go down. Right, that should be fine. And then you got your E, and then whenever you put a G, you would have to naturalize it. Okay. Or you could go with E minor. So let's go ahead and look at what it looks like in both here. But you got E, your A would be fine. You then would use your A sharp either way. Maybe B flat if you really wanted to. But you got a sharp key. Why not use sharps, right? It works. You got your B, which is fine. And then you got your the D natural. So you'd have to naturalize your D. So that kind of thing would be fine. If you did this in E minor, which would only be the same as G major, right? It would look like this. Then you would not have to worry about this stuff. So this might be easier to do if you just use the minor. It is the minor blues scale after all. So you might as well just use your minor key signature. And then your A, you still have to use that sharp, that one sharp, which is fine. But you got your B, then the D natural would be fine. Am I getting cut off? No, this is fine. And then you got your E on top. So that might be a better approach. Then you only have to worry about one note. Everything else falls in line except that sharp 4. That tritone is the weird part of this whole thing. So that's probably about where you want to go. Let's go ahead and continue with F down here. I'll just do maybe just the white keys today. If you guys want me to do sharps and flats, please let me know. But you should be able to figure it out. If you're at this point in the jazz session, you should be fine. F. And I'm just going to use a key signature. So we're in the key of F minor. That's going to be, let me give myself some room here. We got B, E, A, D. That's the key of F minor, I believe. We got F minor blues, maybe lowercase just for fun, just to keep it minor style. F, you got your flat 3, which is the A flat. You got your 4, which is B flat. You got your flat sharp 4, which is going to be your natural B there. And you got your C, and you got D. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. And we got our E flat. There we go. And then we got F on top. So very similar, very easy. Again, all you have to do is worry about that middle note here, and then everything else kind of falls in line. If you had the B flat here for the D natural thing, if you had the, like we said there. And then for C minor, you could just put the E and the A, or I'm sorry, what am I doing? B, E, and A. Yeah, and then you don't need this one. You don't need that one. Right, you know what I mean? So you only have to worry about that middle note here. And if you ignore this, then you're golden. Just make it easier to read. The whole point of this is to make it easier to read and understand. And when you are communicating your ideas to other musicians, what's the easiest thing for them to get? Okay, great. I'm in the key of minor, and I have to worry about this one note. Rather than, oh, I'm in the key of major, and I have to minor that, and then still worry about that. That's weird. Don't do that. Go ahead and make it very simple for your players. Any other musicians that you're trying to play with, make their life easier. Otherwise, they might. I always tell my students, if you write it and it's very complicated, or you write something and it's like, there's a better way to write this, then your musicians that you're communicating with might say, yeah, please rewrite this music. I'm not playing it like this. You need to rewrite this. So you want them to go from reading to playing as fast as you can. You don't want to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, let me go back to the drawing board and figure this out again. Let's continue with this. We got G. We're going to be in the key of G minor, so this is going to be B and E flat, no problem. G, I'm going to try to scrunch myself up here. B, C, C sharp, D. We got our F. And again, if you're doing this by yourself, then make sure your notes are correct. We got 2 more. We got A minor. That's easy because no sharps or flats, right? Let me use another color, though. Let me think. I'm running out of colors. I might just have to rehash. I like this color. Let's go A. Yeah. A, C, minor 3. We got our E, D. Not thinking. D sharp, sure, why not? Or E flat if you really want to, whatever makes you happy. Especially because there's no sharps or flats in A minor naturally, so that's fine. You got your G on top and another A to cap it off. That's it. Got this green color. We haven't used green. Weird. And then we got our B minor. B minor, of course, is... There we go. Huh. Got confused there for a second. F and C sharp. There we go. I'm getting tired, guys. Long day. Like I said, long day. Okay, we got our B. We got our... Yeah, let me start on this B. That's what I want to do. I want to go down instead of keep going up because we're going to get into the stratosphere. It's going to be a little too far. Anyway, B, D, E... F natural, which would be E sharp if you really wanted to do it this way. This is where you might say, hey, I might just use F natural and F sharp. You could do that. This might be a good reason for that, because that's weird. That's just weird. And then you put your F sharp. Then you got your, A, and then a B to cap it off. Okay, there's all your white key minor blues scales, or the blues scales, in these on the white keys. If you want to try the black keys, go ahead and try. That'll be a good challenge for you. If you want to see answers or if you're confused, please put them in the comments below. I love to see that, and I'll definitely help you out there. This shouldn't be that difficult to make scales at this point. If you've gotten this far in the music world, analyzing chords and figuring out scales and stuff, this should be relatively simple. You just take your major scale, you take your minor scale, really, and then you just add that note, and you ditch the flat 6, you ditch the 2. Yeah. There are, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but 6 different notes in the blues scale. This is a hexatonic, if you will. Hexatonic scale. Hexa meaning 6, of course. So 6-tone scale, if you will. I'm sure maybe at this point you've come across the pentatonic scale. Pentatonic, of course, has 5 notes. Usually the pentatonic scale has the 5 notes in a particular order, but hexatonic works like this. Yeah, I hope this makes sense. Another hexatonic scale that you probably know is the whole tone scale. Yeah. And that's just, you go in whole steps, whole step, whole step, whole step, whole step. One more, right? Whole step. Okay, and then you got your hexatonic scale. So that's the whole thing. Have fun with the blues scale. Try it up and down. Right, so you can make up anything. Axel F. Except that note. Very bluesy, a lot of this stuff in there. It differs from this scale a little bit, but it's a lot of that stuff. So that's why it sounds cool. Anyway, like I said, enjoy the scale, try it out, impress your friends. Comment below and tell me what you think of this and how it all works out for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great week. Like and subscribe if this is useful, and take care.